All right, everybody. Welcome to MoolaNews. It is January 6, 2022. We're going to do a quick rundown of crypto and give you some idea of where we think things may be heading. So as you can see right here, we've had a pretty big kind of correction that's been ongoing for a while. We topped out in early November. There's a lot of optimism going into year end. Everybody kind of thought that, hey, let me buy cryptocurrency before grandma and uncles and aunts and cousins find out about how much, how great cryptocurrency is, because they're going to start buying it at Thanksgiving and Christmas. And none of that really materialized. Instead, what happened is we had some tax loss selling going into the new year. We had people kind of lightening up and making sure that they had money for Christmas gifts. And we've had a pretty significant correction. Had a little bounce after this, massive crash at the beginning of December. And now we've got a pretty significant drop going at the beginning of January here, and we've had no bounce in Bitcoin from the lows that were set overnight. However, we have had a bounce in some of the other cryptos. For example, had a nice bounce in Cosmos and Atom. So Atom's been having a great late December, actually doubled from the lows. And then it's popped back after this big dip, whereas Bitcoin, obviously didn't. A lot of things haven't really bounced back. ETH is still stuck down at the lows. Now, let's keep in mind that there's a lot of newbies that came on to crypto in 2021. A lot of new people were attracted by the meme coins and got in. And to be honest, and if you're one of these, just take this to heart if you're new to crypto. But crypto doesn't owe anybody anything. Crypto doesn't, have to go up. This isn't, hey, everything's going to the moon because now I own it. And if everybody would just diamond hand it, then, we would just be making money. But because people are selling, the reality is, here's a couple different analogies on crypto. Number one, you could think of it like a poker game. All right, you're sitting at a table, you got people with a lot of chips, people that have been playing longer than you, other people that are, new or what have you. And everybody's kind of making decisions based on the cards that they have of whether they think they have a good hand or not, whether they should play hard or not, take a little bit off the table. So the markets kind of fluctuate as people are just kind of making evaluations, poker style. And so this isn't like, everybody's big joyride to make a ton of money. Now, there is the investment in these platforms, and there's the long term when you look at it, and it makes sense that a lot of these cryptocurrencies are going to end up going way up in the long term, Bitcoin and Ethereum included. However, the long term is a long game, and you can't get caught up in thinking that the stuff's going to go up every single day or what have you. I mean, here's a chart of Ethereum. Okay, let's say you're new. People were buying Ethereum down at $300. Okay, just a little over a year and a half ago. It was under $400. Now it's just under $4,000. So it's done a 10x. So no surprise, some people that maybe bought it back here are, doing some reevaluating. Another thing that you have to consider with all these cryptocurrency projects and blockchains is there's new things that come out every single year. Dogecoin was really big. Now Shiba Inu's come out. Now there's like a million, BabyDoge coins and, a million other meme coins that are out there. And some of them are going to be phenomenal projects that are going to go way up. So while you're wanting to diamond hand your Dogecoin, there's other people that are like, wow, I made a ton of money in my Dogecoin, since, and these are some GAN lines, that's some technical analysis that you could start to use. And these are, some trend lines layered in there. And you can start to get an idea if you do some research into technical analysis of how the markets might move and when you might want to buy. So for example, I might be looking at Dogecoin. If it just keeps going sideways down here into here, everybody's thinking, hey, it's about ready to fall off a cliff at 10 or 11. It's March 2022 at this point, and people are frustrated. They're so sick of it. They just want to get out of it. And that might actually be, the time that it finally, maybe starts to bounce. So, let's say you made a ton of money in Dogecoin, these are the people that maybe sold and then are looking around and hunting for the new, BabyDoge and all these, other kinds of things and moving some of that money around. So it's not always about diamond handing everything forever. Sometimes it's about like kind of strategically moving around. Same thing with Solana, and here again, I've got the GAN lines in here. These are, sometimes really good indicator to, try and gauge where there might be some tops that you can lighten up. I've got some, forecasts in here where I think the price is going over the long term. But just because I think Solana is maybe going to 1700 or maybe even higher in the long term, in the short term, I don't necessarily want to risk, buying everything here at 200 if it's going to go down to, 42 or 46 later this year. You can buy 3 times as much down here. So you just kind of got to layer your decisions, and there's going to be new platforms that are coming out every day. You got the Near protocol. How good is this protocol going to be? Is it, is everybody going to jump on this one? Neo, this thing came out, long time ago. Super great blockchain, a lot of great technologies. Some have called it the Ethereum of China, and so at one point I was really pumped up about this. I still kind of, secretly suspect, that it could really catch on and could really go up. But at the same time, I've kind of had to abandon some of my own hopes about Neo. I got really excited that this thing was going to 100x. It was really going to be the Ethereum of China. And, it came back and went way down, and I had to readjust and, kind of take some, profits, takes maybe even some loss. Maybe I think I bought back in a little bit and then shaved it back out. Now I'm thinking about it again, hey, but at the same time, I'm also being like, well, maybe Neo's days passed. There's new blockchains now, like when Neo first came out and stuff, I don't think Polkadot existed. I don't think Solana existed, I don't think Hedera Hashgraph existed. So now there's, new competition, and that's how you got to think about your diamond hands. It's not like, oh, hey, I'm in this thing, it's going to last forever, blah, blah. Now, some of the projects, yeah, they might. But you kind of got to do this evaluation. A lot of people like think Ripple's going to like do this, amazing, like big run higher, and maybe it will, but, Ripple came out in like 2014 or something like that, 2016. And it, to some extent, the banks and things that were going to adopt Ripple, may have to face reality that there's going to have to be a different platform that they're going to have to build everything off of. Now, maybe Ripple is going to be the thing. Maybe it's going to rip higher, and I'm kind of like playing the coin each way. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video right there. Just want to give you a sense of, hey, everything doesn't go straight up. In fact, these cryptocurrencies move up and down 20% a day, just about. And so to some extent, you got to get used to the volatility. To some extent, you got to realize sometimes they can drop even 90%, things that you're holding. So you got to kind of use some feel and some gauge, and you got to move around sometimes from project to project. And so, all right, good luck, everybody. And MoolaNews again, and until next time.